Hello friends, welcome to another fantastic video for improving your English with me. I felt inspired to make this video because I've seen a lot of English teaching videos on the internet teaching or talking about idioms that are just not common. We don't say them. Stop wasting your time learning idioms that we don't even use. You know, like piece of cake or break a leg. I've probably only heard them maximum 3 times in my whole life, 27 years. What is an idiom? Good question. Technically, the definition is that you can't understand the meaning of the phrase based on each individual word in the phrase. You have to put all the words together to get the meaning of the phrase. We use idioms all the time. So in this video, I'm going to give you examples of idioms that are part of everyday English. They are idioms that we actually use. We really use them, and they are necessary to be fluent. Like, you gotta know these. You need to know them. It's not rocket science. I say this one all the time. This is probably my favorite. I use it to express my frustration with humanity and their inability to understand simple concepts. It's not rocket science means that it's not complicated. It's easy to understand. So a lot of times in real life, I'm just like, oh, come on, it's not rocket science. Like, it's not that difficult. Like, it's not rocket science. It's not that serious. It's just common sense, okay? It's not rocket science. You can literally just look it up. It's not rocket science. Just follow the directions. It's not rocket science. This is probably how I say it when I'm by myself, alone in my room with a little more attitude and frustration. If I'm actually talking to somebody, I would probably be a little nicer. You can be like, yeah, it's not too hard. It's not rocket science. You can say it in a lighthearted way. You can definitely say it in a rude way also, like condescending. Like, why don't you understand it? It's not rocket science. Call it a day. Yeah, let's call it a day. I'm getting tired. I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, we can pick up where we left off tomorrow. Let's call it a day. To call it a day means to stop working for the day or decide that something is finished. All right, on that note, I think we should call it a day. After 10 hours of driving, we finally called it a day and found a motel. All set. Are you all set? All set? All right, let's go. All set means ready or everything is prepared. This is another way we say ready, extremely common. I probably heard that a million times when I was a kid. My parents asking me, you all set? Are you all set? Are you all set for your trip? Is everything all set for the party? Yeah, I think we're all set. All over the place, which means disorganized, scattered, or emotionally unstable. Honestly, the first thing I think of when I hear all over the place is a parent, maybe a mom, walking into a room and seeing their child's toys all over the room. Your toys are all over the place. You left your toys all over the place. But we use this phrase in a lot of other ways too. You can say your thoughts are all over the place. My thoughts have been all over the place lately. You can say, the movie was good, but the plot was all over the place. It's kind of just like a little bit over here, a little bit over there, disorganized, messy, scattered, a little bit everywhere. Pretty easy to understand. All over the place. The next one is maybe my favorite after it's rocket science. It is what it is. It is what it is. I say this a lot. It is what it is. It's about accepting something that you can't change. This is just the way it is. This is literally the reality. This is what it is. Yep. The situation sucks, but it is what it is. No point in complaining. It is what it is. Like, we could go back and forth about this all day, but it is what it is. As somebody who's very realist and logical and just really likes to be grounded in truth and reality, I love this phrase because you're literally saying it is the thing that it is. It is what it is. The next one is play it by ear. I heard this so much in my childhood. Specifically, my stepmom says it all the time. She's always like, yeah, we could just play it by ear this weekend. It's used to say that we're going to decide what to do as the situation happens, as it unfolds, right? We're not going to plan ahead. Like, maybe I don't know exactly where I'm going to be at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and I don't know where you're going to be, but we'd like to get together and do something. So maybe we'll just play it by ear. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. And, you can text me when you're ready to do something, or I can text you. So we're not going to make any specific plans for a specific time. We're just going to play it by ear. I actually heard this so much in my childhood, But, when you're a kid growing up with the language, you just hear sounds and you know that these particular sounds, like these words together, mean this thing. But I never actually saw the phrase written out. I only heard it. So the whole time I was a kid, I thought they were saying play it by ear because I heard play it by ear and I didn't know it was ear. I thought it was year. And even though it doesn't make sense, it's an idiom. So a lot of times idioms don't make sense. So, in my child brain, I just accepted that it's play it by ear and it means this. But in reality, it is play it by ear. I learned the actual phrase when I was an adult, but I always heard it in my childhood all the time. I just didn't know what the exact word was. I couldn't write it correctly. The next one is to get over it. Get over it. This means to recover from something emotionally or to stop caring about it. It just happened, so it's fresh in my mind and it hurts, but I know I'll get over it eventually. At first I was upset, but I got over it pretty quickly. Yeah, he still hasn't gotten over the breakup, but it happened 3 years ago. You gotta get over it. You gotta get over it. It's normal to take some time to grieve, but eventually you gotta get over it. Life goes on. You always think you'll never get over it, but then you do. One day you wake up and you realize, I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. I got over it. The next one is on the same page. I use this one all the time. We got to be on the same page. Are we on the same page? It's important that we're on the same page. All right. In this book of life, we got to be on the same page. Look at me. Are we on the same page? Good. It means to have the same understanding or agreement about something. Let's make sure we're on the same page before we start. They're clearly not on the same page about the project. They need to talk about it just to get on the same page. If we're going to do this thing, we got to be on the same page. Give someone a heads up. It means to warn or inform someone about something in advance. It's like letting someone know. Just giving you a heads up, the deadline moved to Friday. Hey, thanks for the heads up about the meeting. Can you give me a heads up if anything changes? Yeah, if you could just send me an email and give me a heads up, that'd be great. The next one is get the hang of it. I just think about my childhood. When you're a kid, you're learning how to do stuff for the first time, like learning how to ride a bike or whatever. You hear this a lot, or this phrase is used a lot. I could hear my dad saying yeah, she got the hang of it pretty fast. Yeah, we took her out to the parking lot to ride her bike and she got the hang of it. Maybe when you start a new job, everything is so hard and foreign and new, I don't know what to do. Maybe you have a nice coworker who's like, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Don't worry, I know it seems like a lot at first, but you'll get the hang of it. I struggled a lot at first, but now I got the hang of it. Or maybe you're talking about a baby who's learning to walk, she just started getting the hang of it. The next one is to figure out. What does it mean? I don't know, figure it out. What we need to do is figure out what's going on here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. All right, so if you could tell me what's going on because I'm trying to figure it out. I can't figure out what's going on with my computer. It won't turn on. I can't figure out what's wrong with my laptop. So I brought my laptop to the technician and he figured it out in 2 seconds. It was so simple, but I couldn't figure it out. Then the technician said to me, it's not rocket science. To come up with something is to think of an idea, a plan, or a solution. Every week as a YouTuber, I have to come up with ideas for new videos. I don't know how I always come up with ideas. I just do. That's why I didn't try being a YouTuber for a while, because I didn't know if I could come up with ideas. But it's pretty easy to come up with ideas for teaching English because there's a lot to talk about. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT to help me come up with ideas for videos, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I don't like that idea. Can you come up with another one? And ChatGPT is like, all right, I came up with 10 new ideas for you. And that makes my life a heck of a lot easier. At the end of the day, I say this all the time. I also say, when everything's said and done, they mean the same thing. You can also say, ultimately. All of these phrases just mean in the end, or when everything is considered. At the end of the day, does it really matter? Look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. No, because you got to understand, at the end of the day, it's not rocket science. At the end of the day, what matters most is your health. Yeah, she works hard, but at the end of the day, she just wants to enjoy life. At the end of the day, what are your priorities in life? All right, how many of those did you know? Please tell me in the comments how many. There were 13 in total. How many of all 13 did you know? Did you already know? And which ones were new and interesting for you? You should use all of these in your English. If you want to be fluent, if you want to be advanced in English, if you want to speak very well in English and sound just like us native speakers from the United States and probably Canada, and they probably use a lot of, if not all of these phrases across the pond in Europe. I don't really know. If you like that, if you like realistic, common, everyday, important, authentic English from the United States, please subscribe to me and like my video and leave a comment because I love reading comments. So thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.